Okay, so it does get a little bit brighter in here, but my plan in here is definitely to make it all cohesive, paint everything one color, and have this be a nice, beautiful retail space, maybe do some molding and make the floor level. Hi flower friends, it's Nicole from Flower Hill Farm, and that was a clip from the very first week we moved into this nursery. Finally got around to making some improvements inside the retail space. So let's go back about a week and show you from when we first started to where we are now. Okay, we are just painting walls today because I can't take it anymore and everything's just gonna get painted. Hi flower friends, it's Nicole from Flower Hill Farm, and today we are at the retail space at the nursery, and I am, don't be shy, we're just my Aunt Jan's here. I am tired of waiting. I have a lot of plans for this space, but I'm not sure if they're going to come to fruition before we're able to open in the spring. So what we're doing now is a temporary improvement, little renovation. We're painting the walls. We are patching up some holes. We are putting a fresh coat of paint. I'm doing a beautiful pale sage green. My grandfather, he said, Nicole, you gotta have green at the greenhouse. So we decided to give Grandpa his way, like always, and we're going with a pale green on the walls in here. There is some wood that we're gonna be repurposing in here. That's in the way back in the barn. I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna do that yet, but there will be a combination of repurposed barn wood and paint on the walls. These walls eventually need to be completely redone. A lot of this is just plywood on the walls. I also picked up ceiling paint because there's just all different colors of white going on in the ceiling, and that's not a big deal, but aesthetically I'd like this to be a little bit of a brighter space when people walk in here. So right now it's a complete mess. Obviously something needs to happen with the floor as well. We may just quickly paint that, but in reality the floor needs to be leveled out and made safer. So that will come with time. I'm not sure when that project is going to be tackled. This is the color. It's called Softened Green. I'm very pale. I don't want anything too loud in here. I want it to be soft. I thought it would be a nice backdrop for things. Now there aren't going to be a lot of plants out here for sale. This is the retail space where I'll be selling garden supplies and my merchandise and, you know, bags of fertilizer, stuff like that. Shoot! Do I change my pants or do I just do it? I say I just do it. Oh, I love it! Oh, I like it too. Oh, it is. It's almost the same as the bathroom in here. It's pale. It's very pale. Pale. That's perfect. All right, this is the before. All right, this is the before. Should take all the curtains down. Here's the space before from this angle. You can run, but you cannot hide. I texted my father, who is an actual electrician, seeing if he had a blank outlet cover because these wires have been sticking out of the wall since the day we moved in, and I wanted to just push the wires in the wall and put a blank outlet cover so that they weren't sticking out and they weren't ugly. Well, he came with his electrical thing and he's like, these are actual live wires and they're for the heat, not all of the heat, but they're for one of the electric baseboard units in here. And because there was not a thermostat, it had been running nonstop. So he installed a thermostat and now it's, you know, it's better. There's no wire sticking out of the wall. Thanks, Dad. We just tackled the paint head on. Aunt Jan was using the roller. I was using the brush to get the edges, and we were switching back and forth. Who's got the brush when? We don't know. It was just complete painting chaos and we loved every minute of it. While we were painting, we were talking about potential colors for the door and the door frame, and I just had a quick thought. You know what, the door would be nice? Dark forest green. That would be really pretty. Into the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. That's right, a dark green. Something about a beautiful dark green up against the paleness of this softened green just felt right to me. So the next day I went and I picked up more paint. And that included a green for the door. I'll talk about that more in just a few minutes. Earlier in the day, I had a whole bunch of the tabletops that I'll be using in Greenhouse 1 delivered, and they were in the corner of the room. So I had Veda and her boyfriend Asher move those for me so that we could get into the corner of the room to finish the painting. If they're gonna be here, I'm definitely putting them to work. They had all of those tabletops out of here and in the other room in less than 5 minutes. The window that you're looking at here used to be a garage door. The previous owner had replaced the garage door and closed it off and turned it into this big, giant, beautiful window. I love how open and bright it is, but the plywood around the trim, I really wasn't sure what I was gonna do here. Should it be green? Should it be white? So I initially painted it green. You'll see in a little bit that my mom suggested we change it to white, and I took her advice. Okay, we're calling it quits for the night. We ran out of paint. We have most of it done. First coat anyway. We still have to do that section. So we'll be back tomorrow. Okay, it's the next day, and shortly after Aunt Jan and I started to paint, my mom showed up. Now, this was the very first time that she had been up to the nursery since having her hip replaced, which was just about 3 weeks before this visit.
I'm good. Yay. Hey! Wow, Nicole. Oh my God, that's gonna look so good. That's gonna look good.
What do you think?
I think it looks good. And the brown's gonna look really good on the floor.
We got it over there on the...
Oh, did you? Yeah, I like it. It looks good. Cool.
I'm here.
Woohoo!
How you doing?
Good, very good. Walking pretty good.
Okay, and so you couldn't handle us doing this without you.
It was driving me nuts.
So what are you gonna, so you were gonna come up and stain, but the boards are way in the back. It's
And they
too
might be
much.
moist,
And
too,
I
so-
honestly, I don't have enough stain to do more than a board or two.
Okay.
So you're gonna do the railings here, which these railings are not gonna stay here. But
Just in time for
yeah,
the
they
time
might be
being.
here for the opening, so we're gonna make them look better than they looked before.
Right.
Because remember, these were pool noodles.
Yep.
So.
Oh yeah, that's right. With it.
Yes, so we are going to, Mom's gonna
See
paint
how it
these.
sticks. If it doesn't, I'll go get enamel, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Cool.
Listen, that's gonna need to be stirred. I just shook it up like a crazy person, but it's been sitting for a few months.
Look at that. Gonna be better. Gonna be better. Not bad for 3 weeks, Jan. The pain is not that bad when you do this. I mean, it hurt a little bit, but was it horrible?
Yeah.
It's just that you can't sleep. It's so hard to get comfortable to sleep. That's the hardest part about the surgery.
Okay, time for a second coat on that door. And guys, when I first put this green on the door, it didn't look anything like the actual paint swatch. And I was like, oh God, baby food green, I can't do it. But it dried beautifully. And of course, my mom couldn't settle for just doing the railings. She hopped on over to the windowsill, did that, and then she painted the numbers that go on the outside of the building. Okay, now it's the next day. So now it's a Saturday and my in-laws are over and it's all hands on deck doing some painting and a lot of other projects that I already shared with you guys going on in greenhouse number 1. My father-in-law ended up finding some trim pieces back in the barn, so we were able to trim out the big front window so we could paint it white. Okay, there's so much going on that I thought I'd take a quick tutorial. We've got painting happening right here. This is what, the 4th coat on this door? I think so. 4th coat on this door. That door only needed 2 coats because it was already white, but this one was a raw wood. All right, we've got another coat on this that happened. Brad is actually taking measurements for some fertigation. Hi, Mitchell. Hi, Axel. Okay, I am on the other side of this door, about to paint this side green, and my father-in-law is back there putting more wood on the wall. That wall is being, we're putting wood on it and we're gonna stain it. More trim, more paint work, and at the end of day 3, I go home a very happy girl. I think it's just starting to look really beautiful in here. And I'm so thankful to everyone who's helping me out. Papa!
How beautiful. Oh my God. Oh my God. Beautiful.
Doesn't it look pretty?
This is a new place.
Ah,
Oh my God.
look at my door.
Oh my God, it is beautiful.
It's great, isn't it
I didn't
beautiful?
think it'd be that nice. I didn't think it'd be that
Looking pretty good, Dad.
I hope so. I wish you wouldn't do this, Nicole, because I don't want the people, my friends on there, to see that I'm not trying to make the girls jealous, but I'm doing a lot better job than they are.
I don't think so, but that's okay.
And besides, I'm twice as fast.
Is that a little baby brush?
Yep, it is.
What's going on?
It's a baby brush.
After he finished up with the door, he went ahead and put some of the outlet covers back on, and then Grandpa wanted to start some seeds, so I gave him a tray and some hollyhock seeds. Oh wow, you don't like my bowl? My bowl's not good enough?
No, you taught me more than I need to know.
You can be done with that in like 2 minutes.
But I overdid it one day.
I love these.
I do too. And that brings us to this past weekend where Walter had some more trim work to do. Really makes a huge difference. And now here I am standing in my new space behind my counter. There's still a lot to do in here. We still have the floor. I did pick out the color for the floor. We still need to have, I have a friend who is a professional tile guy, and he straightens out floors for a living. So I don't even do the tile work. I just need him to do the work that he does before the tile. So I think Frank is gonna maybe come here and help me out. As long as that's taken care of by the time we open in the spring, it's not a rush for me. I've got a couple months to get it done. So that's it so far, guys. I am so happy with this space. Just a quick reminder of what it looked like when we moved in here, and here's what it looks like now. And obviously there's more work to do. I mean, like just to spit like that right there. This is just a piece of plywood that they're using for a countertop, and actually the side of that cabinet doesn't even exist. If you look right there, that's actually a giant hole. So a lot of this stuff just needs to be replaced, and that's stuff that I can do a little at a time because that stuff is not a priority. I don't need a beautiful countertop right now. I don't need a cabinet that doesn't have a hole in the side. I just need my plants to survive in the greenhouses. That's the priority right now. But I wanted customers to walk in here and feel that the space was different. Walking into this space now for me is tranquility, it's peacefulness, it's spa-like, it's exactly what I felt it could be. Obviously, things are changing. Like the green door, let's take a gander over to my green door, which I love this green so much. But this space, I need to double the size of this door. All of this stuff is temporary, but it needed to have a fresh face for opening this spring. So my cousin Michael might come and be like, let's tackle the door. And we'll tackle the door and widen the space. But guess what? Whatever new door's going in there, that's the color going on it. I have lots of plans for the walls. It's a complete mess in here, but you know, you can't care about that stuff. Plastic, I'm starting seeds. I've started a ton of seeds. I gotta do that separate vlog for you guys to let you know what I'm starting here at the nursery. And Brad put up a new blind. Really happy about that. And this is the thermostat. My dad actually, he didn't do it that day. He didn't have a thermostat cover with him or a thermostat with him. So this is driving me nuts, like bone and white, bone and white. It is what it is. You use what your dad has, right? So for right now, I have a bone thermostat and I have a white thermostat, and that's okay. Bone's the color. It's not made out of bone. These chalkboards we took off the wall, they're super heavy, guys. They are old. We're gonna repurpose those in the back of the nursery with some information on the walls. We're not gonna hang them up in the front. My buddy Jerry is working on some shelving units that are gonna go up on the walls. So I'll bring you guys all of those updates as they happen. These are the 3 colors that I use. This is the floor. You guys haven't really seen this yet. We painted the cinder blocks around the base that is showing. I think right here you can actually see, yeah, next to the garbage can. It's a brown. That's gonna be going up against the floor. It's amazing. So there's the wall, there's the floor, and there's the door. So these are the 3 colors. Okay, this is a Sherwin-Williams, and this is called Back 9. It's the color of green grass. That is the door. And then this is also a Sherwin-Williams paint, and that's the softened green. And then this one is a Valspar, and it's the floor. It's called Pine Bark. It's, you know, everything looks different in different lighting. This is a little overhead LED lighting. So Pine Bark for the floor, Back 9 for the door. I love that door. And then softened green for the walls. And that is my vibe for in here. I wanted to feel like you're walking into a forest or a jungle, like I said earlier. Not really a jungle. But hey, this is where I sell plants. I want it to feel like I sell plants here. I took down right here, there are a bunch of coat hangers, and I got these to replace. So I've got a bunch of these to go up here as coat hangers for me and my family when we're here. A little tribute to the people in my life that I lost. Okay, that's it, guys. Oh, whew. All right, that's it for now, guys. Thanks for sticking around. We'll see you soon. Brad is trying to figure out what, the fertilization system? Yes. The idea, I think right now so it's over here. All right, let me slow down. Mess. Right now, Glycerine's on the radio and I love this song. I'm gonna get tagged on YouTube. That's why I can't have radio on. Oh. Right now, this is the system that's being used. I need a little bit more of a larger system. I'm gonna have a 50-gallon drum here with my fertilizer in it. So this fertigation system, it's also kind of in the way. I mean, people walk here, that pipe is sticking out. It's kind of just in the way. So we're gonna move this system, and I think we're gonna move it in the corner of number 1. All right. Ignore the garbage, ignore the door needs to be returned. But this corner right here is where we're thinking about putting the 50-gallon drum, and then Brad's gonna have to run the lines for all the fertilization. We have a friend of ours that is a plumber. He's gonna come by and check it out.
I'm gonna have to tell him that you're charging me to come there now.
Oh no. Oh, Jan, that looks really good, Jan.
Oh, hi.
The inside of that window.
Wait.
Yeah, I did put a first coat on there.
My God,
I was
take your
here.
time, Nicole, doing the rest of them. If they come like that, you got a brand new 4 places.
I
Brand
know.
new. Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll be pouring in there. Them customers are gonna jam the place.